What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I have some crazy and exciting updates for you guys on my life, on basically how I got engaged, married, and went on my dream honeymoon in the last 7 months. Such an exciting year for me. Honestly, this has been the best time of my life. I'm married to the love of my life, my husband, who you've seen on my channel. Yeah, I can't wait to catch you guys up to speed on how it all happened. So here's the story. Before that though, shout out to Movo for my new vlogging equipment, which I'm actually shooting on right now. So I'm filming on my iPhone, but I have a vlogging setup that has a tripod, lighting equipment, and a microphone. The microphone is what is huge for me when filming on my iPhone. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the quality of everything. So I'll also put down the link in the description box. I have the version that has the USB-C cable, but they also have a version that goes into lightning cable for, you know, other iPhones or devices that take that. But it definitely came in handy, especially on our honeymoon. There was one night where the electricity went out on the entire island, so I was able to use my little vlogging setup to get some footage. Shout out to Molo, definitely check it out in the link in the description. But yeah, so I'll just get into the engagement. So we were out in Sedona for a travel collab, and we stayed at these two beautiful Airbnbs. Check out those videos on my Instagram if you have not already. This was our first time in Sedona as well, so it just felt like a different world. If you haven't been to Sedona, definitely plan a trip. So the second half of the trip, we were moving to the second Airbnb. This was the Sedona top-notch home. So this home has this entire 180 back porch that you see pretty much, I think it's like all 7 canyons at once. The sunsets are stunning. You can see the hot air balloons go up in the morning. Like, the views were immaculate. So that's where we're staying. That's already great. I was hoping that we were going to get engaged soon because our anniversary was going to be coming up. So I was like, dang, I hope that we do, but I wasn't really sure when it would happen, or, you know, if it would even happen on this trip. So now it's our last day in Sedona. We're packing up. Like, I just showered, I'm in my pajamas, and we had always been watching the sunsets pretty much every night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get like one last shot for the collab of the sunset. And I remember Chris saying like, oh, you should set up the tripod. I was like, oh yeah, okay. Because I mean, I always set up the tripod. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're watching the sunset, getting like B-roll footage, watching it. And then that's when it happened. He digs in his pocket, gets down on one knee, and does his whole spiel speech. Honestly, my mind went a little blank, so I'm glad that we have the footage to look back at. I was just like, oh my God, like, are you serious? This is actually happening. This is what I've been praying for. Like, this is the moment. And I wasn't expecting it. Like, I was in my pajamas and I was like, okay, we're leaving. Like, it is what it is. This was an amazing trip. And we got engaged. And oh my God, my ring. I love my ring. He did an absolutely amazing job. So shout out to my husband. Also, he had mentioned that we did this one hike, and it was Subway Cave. That's what it was. You walk up to this huge opening of a cave. You have to scale the side of the mountain to get to the other side. And he said that he was like contemplating proposing there because, you know, we had our pictures and stuff, but he was like, this is too dangerous. This is doing too much. So fast forward now to how we got married October 11th. Even growing up, I never had dreamed for like a huge wedding. So I had always told Chris, and we talked about this before, that we'd probably just also go to the courthouse. Because at this point, I'm like, look, we've been together for how long? Don't propose until you're ready to actually get married, because I might tell you, let's go next weekend. But so we had planned that we were going to go to the courthouse anyway. But with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Courthouse, apparently they only open it up, I think, every like 60 days range or something like that. They're obviously only Monday through Friday, and it's like different weird hours. So we had to do some coordination. So we wanted to secure the date. I still wanted to make sure that like we made it our own unique experience, although we were going to the courthouse. So I knew in my mind, I still wanted to have a dress, and I wanted a photographer to take pictures afterwards. So that was going to be the plan. I went looking for dresses. First shop that I went to, here are some clips of some of the dresses. Like the first one I tried on, I think I did like it, but it wasn't like I was like, oh my God, like I absolutely have to have this type of thing. But also I wasn't expecting to have that feeling because I'm not trying to get anything grand. You know what I mean? We're going to the courthouse. I just was ready to marry my person. But then we had a appointment at a bridal shop in another location. And shout out to my friend Brooke. She actually has a bridal like consulting company where she helps brides with their wardrobe for different occasions throughout their entire journey. And oh my gosh, she freaking was so amazing. Like she sent me this entire list. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just super, super thankful for her because she's the reason why I even scheduled to go to the bridal shop that I went to. It's called Tool Lake Norman, and ended up finding the perfect dress. So shout out to Brooke. Check out her services if you are a 2025 bride, 2026 bride, whatever. She's absolutely amazing. Attention to detail, just everything you would want in any type of like bridal support. So thank you, Brookie. So now I'm at the second bridal shop. I'm with my mom, my sister, and my mother-in-law. The woman that was helping me, her name was Sedona. And it was so funny because when we first got there, she was saying, oh, when's the wedding? I told her the date that we're looking at for our courthouse. And I told her we were going to the courthouse. And she was like, well, I'm an officiant. So if you want me to just meet you in a park, I'll do it there. Just like, I don't want you to have to get married at the jail, because in certain counties, you do it at the magistrate and it's at the jail. I was like, yeah, thanks. Yeah. That's what she said before I even tried on any dresses. Keep that in mind. So then she was like, let me pick out a dress for you. So I was like, okay. So she brought in this dress and it had kind of like lace embellishments on the top. It was like really, really tight and it had a nice long train. And I was just like, okay, I'll try it on. I don't know if I'm gonna go with this, but we'll see. When I tried this dress on, it fit like a glove, like made for me. This is the one right off the rack. I was like, this is my dress, and low key, I might be getting married at the park because I don't know if I'm gonna take this into the courthouse because it was just so beautiful. And to make it even better, basically how they operate at this location is you can buy off rack dresses, like I guess the dresses that are right there without any alterations and anything, for I think it's like $7.99. All of the dresses if you buy them off rack. This dress fits so good and I got it for $7.99. What? Like everything was falling into place and I was just like, oh my God, like this is about to actually happen. Like this is really coming true. And I went home with it and I didn't have to get anything taken in or anything. The only thing I needed to do was get a bustle. That way when we're eating dinner, I can just pull it up. But y'all, oh my gosh. So now I have my dress and I'm like, so still at this point, we were planning to go to the courthouse, but the plan was, because, you know, at the courthouse, you can't have that many people. It's only gonna be like a $50 fee at the courthouse. Can't have that many people. So we were just gonna have our closest friend or best friend and closest family and then go to dinner afterward. Obviously, we're not planning a huge wedding, so there's nothing to really think about, right? So now you're probably wondering, well then how did it come about that you have these videos and pictures of you getting married at the park? So like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to make sure that we had a photographer. So I reached out to this photographer and she said, here are a few locations that you could look at for the photos. So this was kind of like the ding, ding, ding moment because me and Chris went and looked at these locations and one of them was Elizabeth Park in Charlotte, North Carolina. When we got to this one and saw it, they had this like nice stone archway and like this big greenery. You're in the park, there's huge like trees and stuff, and it's obviously fall time. Just so nice, like simple, you know? So I was like, oh my gosh, we should take our photos here. But then I had that like epiphany moment because now it's after I found the dress and I was like, what if we just did like a quick 15-minute like ceremony here right before or during our picture session? So we have an hour, a few minutes of that, have somebody marry us, and then we take our photos. Like that's easy, that's great. So of course, that's what we then were going to do. But yeah, now the new plan, I reached out actually to Donna, who helped pick out the dream dress at the bridal store, and asked her, I said, hey, like you said, you're an officiant. Would you mind marrying us in this park? And we aligned on what the ceremony would be like. So that way we can incorporate, you know, a prayer in there, some scripture and things like that, and make it what we wanted. So that's how we ended up at the part. But before getting there, I do also want to shout out that I'm not really into like celebrating myself, but my friends are, and I appreciate that. So some of my closest friends made sure to throw together the most perfect little bridal celebration day for me. Also check out that video on my Instagram, but we just had kind of like a day all about me, you know? So it wasn't like, it was almost like my bachelorette and a bridal shower mixed together. So we started off doing a perfume making class. So, you know, very feminine, love that. Went to brunch and then did 2 game show battle rooms in Charlotte where you do kind of like a game show thing. And then that night went to Scarowinds, which is our like local amusement park, and they have like little scary stuff. So anyways, that was absolutely perfect. Again, that was also super small and intimate, but I felt so supported, so loved, and everything was perfect. And also in a very short amount of time. I think that was planned in like a week. So yes, back to the wedding day. Another thing that we decided to do was just kind of do a staycation. We hadn't planned or known what we were gonna do for our honeymoon just yet, but we did want to make sure that the weekend around our wedding, we were like still kind of out of the norm. I still wanted to make sure that entire weekend felt like it was our wedding weekend. So we decided to stay at a hotel in downtown Charlotte, the Omni. I was going there first so that I could leave from there and kind of get ready. We wouldn't see each other. And we actually ended up getting upgraded. So when I went and checked in, I told them, I was like, yeah, like I'm getting married or whatever. So they upgraded us to their, what is it called? Their executive suite. I was just like, God, you love me. So yeah, we got upgraded. Anyway, so that was great. Now it's wedding day. I actually split up getting ready in 2 days. So the first night we started prepping my hair. Shout out to Miss Kita, Imagery Red Carpet Salon. She's a hairstylist in the Charlotte area as well. She hooked me up. I told her what my vision was because I knew I wanted 2 framing pieces in the front, and then I wanted like a low bun so that I could wear my veil. And I just had the vision, but I wanted to wear my natural hair. I did not want to wear a frontal or anything that made me feel like it wasn't me. If you guys want to check out more, check it out on my Instagram. And on the wedding day, obviously went and got my makeup done. My mom and my sister got their makeup done. It's like actually happening. And Chris and I decided to kind of do our own personal vows personally, just together, he and I. So we rode together, and yeah, we pretty much arrived and did our thing. Didn't do an aisle through the middle, but we ended up walking kind of along the like side way that they have. So Chris with his mom, me with my dad, to this song that I picked by Rotimi, I think his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's called I Do. Oh my God, I love that song. So yeah, we had our ceremony, we had our photos, and it was just the most perfect day. After that, everyone headed over to Maggiano's. We just booked their little banquet hall and had family style dinner, which was also super good. Everyone loved the food, so that was great. And then yeah, me and Chris arrived after we finished our photos, and that was the night. We went back to our hotel. We stayed the whole weekend. We extended another day. Like we were just like in true bliss. It was just absolutely amazing. I hope I'm not forgetting any details. Honestly, I'm just trying to say as much as I can really for my own documentation so that we can look at this next year and just keep watching it every single year of how perfect everything was. Yeah, so that's us getting married. So really quickly, because I don't want to spoil too much about the honeymoon, because I will have some follow-up videos on that. About 2 weeks after we got married, we started to plan our honeymoon. So me and Chris are doing monthly marriage meetings where we spend hours talking about a list of things, whether it's house stuff, finances, travel, all that stuff. So our first marriage meeting, we spent like, I think like 4 hours, both of us going through and pitching different honeymoon location ideas, looking at TikToks and research and all that stuff. And we knew that our primary focus was going to be relaxation. We always go on trips and we like go, excursion, do, like just a lot. We wanted to have a good balance of like 80-20 relaxation to exploration ratio. So that was really important to us. And we wanted to go somewhere warm that would be in January. And we landed on the gorgeous, stunning island of Moorea in the French Polynesia. It's one of the islands that inspired some of the aspects of Moana. Just, oh, I wish I was still there. We just got back. And stay tuned for those videos where I actually am going to show you guys our whole entire vlog trip of that honeymoon, and also where we stayed, a walkthrough tour. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. I'm not going to spoil too much. Just know it was absolutely amazing. We took a photo shoot there. And yeah, it's just, life is so good the past 7 months. It's crazy to think that 8 months ago I was not even engaged, and now I'm a happily married woman. And that's pretty much what's been going on. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you've stayed at the end of this video, I know that I ramble and I say a lot of things, but I was trying to keep this short, but I know it's probably gotten kind of long. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions about anything that I talked about with this entire journey that I've gone on. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Turn on your post notifications to be updated every time I upload. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.